Real quick vid tonight, guys. I just want to cover some tools that I use and some that I've tried that are really cheap and then upgraded. For example, I originally had bought the really cheap spring bar tool and quickly, after ruining about 2 or 3 of them, realized that this, was it Bergion? I know I'm not saying that right. Bergeon or something. This one is, I think it's only like $20 or so. And I've abused the heck out of that tip. And it's still holding up pretty good. So definitely buy one of these. This is a must-have. This will take a beating. So I use that a lot. I haven't used this a lot, but this is like a better one. And actually, if you look on it, Victorinox makes that. Victorinox. So there's a separate part number directly from them. Whatever, I wanted the name on there, so I bought that one. See, Caseback Tool. I've broken a bunch of these, surprisingly. Some of the cheaper watches, it seems like it's really hard to get the case backs off. I've snapped these off before. This will probably be the next thing I invest in getting a better one. But these cheap ones seem to work pretty good because they're crazy cheap. And I'll put links to some of the stuff down below. And then you got the cheap plastic blocks, for size and bracelets. Again, I'm sure maybe there's something better, or maybe I can make a wood one or something, but these kind of work. The hand puller thing, this isn't something everybody uses, and I'm sure you can see how that isn't even centered on there. These are the crazy cheap ones. This would be something I think I'm going to have to invest in very soon with buying a quality one. Just because things need to be precise when you're dealing with those little hands. So that's a piece of junk, but it has worked so far. And the same thing with the hand press. I mean, it's pretty simple design, but again, I don't know if the precision on it is as good as it needs to be, but I've only used it a couple times. Let's see, the same thing with this press. It's, there's a bunch of cheap ones out there for how often you have to use it. It's worked fine so far. I did try one of these screwdrivers, and it comes with all these bits. But I did quickly find that even the smallest bit on it is almost like too big. So that's another one I might have to invest in. But in the meantime, this is the screwdriver that Jeanneau includes with their watch. This thing is nice. Like, I don't know if this is from a cheap set. I'm sure it maybe is. But I wouldn't mind having a complete set of these. It's got nice knurling on it and everything. It's easy to use. And you can change out the tips, I'm sure. That's what that screw is for. And let's see. Like I said, I'm just trying to make this quick and brief. Post-it notes. Cut down. This is what I use to handle the hands when I swap the hands out. Take this guy off. Take one of them off. And you just pick up the hand. I don't have any laying around. You just pick up the hand with it, and then you gently set it down and use something else to kind of set it, and then you can press it down. These tweezers, I wish I could tell you where these are purchased from. I'd have to ask my wife, because I took them from her craft room, and she hasn't went looking for them. But this is like, on the tips of these, they are perfect the way they bite. And I think these tips are like a cast aluminum, so they're a little bit softer metal. So it works good for picking up things without being too abrasive on them. I've had really good luck with these tweezers. So I will try to find out the source of that. But like I said, a lot of this stuff like this and the hand press and the case back, or whatever you want to use that for, sapphire crystal press, that's all like cheap Amazon or eBay stuff. This is probably the most important thing. Definitely go buy one of these. Cannot recommend these enough. And this is the 676S or 6767F which is for the fine tip, and that's worked out really good because you can really, you know, when you got the, well, this one's not tight, but you know, when you have the really, where there's no gap there, this fine tip is perfect for like getting down in there and prying it out. It works really good. So there's a quick overview of some of the tools I use. This is another thing, and again, this is a really cheap one, but for doing some detail work, these headband magnifiers work great. Definitely a bunch of cheap stuff here. I think you could have all these tools for pretty low cost, and it just gives you something to do. You know, set yourself a little workspace and tinker around with stuff, and before you know it, you'll have broken monsters everywhere. So, good luck.